Hi everybody, and thank you so much for stopping by today. I have something to share with you. Free Range Diva has been here on YouTube since 2014, 2015, and my reasons for starting the channel were to provide ideas and solutions for healthier aging. I wanted to give you tools that would ensure you had the energy and vibrancy to live your best life no matter your age. To help you achieve anything that you dreamed of, without ever feeling like, oh, I don't have the energy, I'm too tired, it's too much, I can't handle it. I started out knowing a little, but over the years I learned a lot about nutrition, exercise, clean living, and how that translates into energy, clarity, and the joy that comes from accomplishment. So I decided to test myself to see if I could achieve something, accomplish something that on the face of it seemed like it might be too much. I decided to renovate my 1940s bathroom. And I did it! Most of it I did myself, a little bit I subbed out, but today I want to share with you my thought process, my work process, and my results. Because it's almost done, I just have to add a little bit of decoration. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, we're starting in my bathroom. Here's the before. The wall color is almost this deep mid-toned gray. I had this done about 10 years ago when I first moved back here, and it was before the big gray thing, and now I'm sick of it. When you have your home professionally painted, you might notice they tend to paint everything, including things like this, which should have remained white. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna patch up the walls, like you see here, give this a new paint job, and then I'm also going to re-grout. As you can see, this is the original sink from 1942 when this house was built, and the grout around the sink is just coming up. It's a silicone grout product, at least that's what I'm going to put down. Fill in around the sink. I will be also having to get down and really scrub out the grout to try and bring it back to its original shade, which is almost a pristine white. What else? I'll be replacing switch plates like this and that. And the cabinets, the doors are going to have to be, yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to fix the doors. And the handles, all the fixtures in this house were that sort of patinaed brass. And these I idiotically sprayed a matte silver. So I'm going to be taking these off, getting rid of the silver, and bringing those back to their original patina. And then we'll have mixed metals. So I'll probably do the fixtures like this in the brass as well. So this will be replaced, and the tub will be reglazed. Again, that's another spot that I'm going to have to fix. I'm going to have to repair, drywall repair. The light fixtures are original, and so I'm just going to take those down and clean them, give them a good washing. Here's the other one. I love these. This is my favorite thing about this house, are the ones that have survived. Some have been replaced over the years, some of the original lighting fixtures, but the ones that are still here are absolutely gorgeous. This all started when I wanted to hire a contractor to come in and do some work around the house. One of the things that needed to get done was to replace the grout around my bathroom sink. Trying to get a contractor to come in and do little jobs, like even though there was we needed a window to be fixed and a cabinet had to be replaced, they didn't want to do it. One of the contractors who walked through took notes and said that he would give us an estimate, but didn't. He mentioned that something like that would be fairly easy. You just need silicone grout. Now, I knew about caulking, that I'd done a lot of over the years, but I did not know what product to use to fix the problem with my sink. So once I knew what product to use, I thought, well, all that I wanted them to do was do this and do some painting and replace the floor. Let's see how much of this I can actually do myself. So I went and I got the silicone grout and started this process. I chiseled out the old grout and scraped around the sink. I noticed that some areas had grout while other areas had been patched with a silicone caulk, which easily pulled away. I used a toothbrush to brush away a lot of the debris, then went into the areas with a scraper to scrape out any caulk that was still stuck to the tiles, and again, brushed out the grout lines. Then, I steamed in between the sink and tile to be sure I got everything out. I'm using a silicone grout caulk, and this color is Snow White. And I'm just going to fill in all these lines. The product I used went on like regular caulk, and I used wet fingers to smooth out the lines. And I'm just pushing the grout into the void. Because these lines are uneven, your wet finger becomes your best tool. I then wiped away the excess with a damp cloth. It was a very straightforward process, and once finished, it needed a few days to completely dry and cure. At the end, little pro tip, we're going to clean off that, and I've got a nail or a screw, and I'm just going to stick it right there, and that'll be ready the next time I need to use it. It just needs to dry now, and then I'll clean up any grout that got left on the tiles after it's dry. And then once it is dry, I'm going to then go and scrub the grout lines in the tile so that the tile itself looks very clean and pristine. Once I decided that I was going to commit to it myself and do it myself, or at least do most of it myself, I sat down and started making lists. I'm really big on organizing. I needed to know what to do first, what to do second, what to do third, how to do it, if I could do it, could I learn to do it, and cost was kind of not that big of an issue because I knew that whatever I would end up spending a lot less doing a lot of this work myself than I would have if I had gotten a bid from a contractor. So once I'd established what I wanted to do and the order in which I wanted to do it, I just jumped in and got started. These are my paint colors. I'm going to do the walls in this is a Sherwin-Williams color called Maison Blanche. The cabinets are either going to be in Quietude or Halcyon Green. I'm going back and forth. I haven't really decided yet, but it's going to be one of these two colors. Trim will be a pristine white, like this Maison white, and then somewhere in the accessories, I'm going to introduce this color right here. So this basically is going to be the bathroom when I'm done. And the final thing is I'm going to have, this floor tile was put down when I was like 16, 17, by my father actually did this. It's a vinyl floor and it's time for it to come up. So I'll be replacing it with something like this, but not with the gray. Instead of this gray, it's just going to be straight up white. So the floors will be all white. It was really important to me that I kept sustainability in mind throughout this process. I wanted to reuse, refurbish. If I was buying, I went to secondhand and thrift shops first. I ended up buying at a vintage hardware store and on Facebook Marketplace, and repurposing a lot of what we just had around the house. I removed the hardware from the cabinet doors and simmered them on the stove to get the paint off. Once I removed all the paint, I was surprised to find that these handles were originally chrome. All the hardware throughout the house is this beautiful patinaed brass. The handles, the drawer pulls, they're all the same, except for in this bathroom where they are chrome. They were chrome originally. It's the only bathroom that has chrome hardware. It's the only bathroom that has this tile work on the cabinetry. It's also the only bathroom that did not have a tile floor. Linoleum was very popular when this house was built, and whoever built it chose to put this forest green speckled linoleum tile on the floor, but unfortunately it's in horrible shape, and so I can't use it. I would have loved to have been able to salvage it, but no go. To finish the cabinetry, I spray painted the handles, hinges, and the grates with this Rust-Oleum patinaed brass paint. This color is called Champagne Bronze, and it's a beautiful, looks like a very dark, worn patinaed brass. It's not too shiny and it's not too yellow. I fixed the doors so they close and stay closed, then painted it in the color Quietude. It's a calming neutral green shade from Sherwin-Williams. Next, I patched the walls with this ready-made wall mending agent, the part of the walls that are drywall. I should say most of the walls in the house are plaster, but there are a few drywall walls in the bathroom. So those I mended with this mending agent from Boncart. I ordered this from Amazon and I don't recommend it because no matter how much I scraped and sanded and smoothed, you could still see the outline of this patch under the paint. For wall mending, I recommend the tried and true. This is the lightweight setting type joint compound. This is the Fast Set 20. They also have a Fast Set 5, which I guess if you're a badass, go for it. But I needed the 20-minute Fast Set. And this stuff works fabulous. It sands down really easily. It smooths out. It's seamless. I used that to repair, there was a big hole in the plaster wall where the towel rack had been. And it was a deep hole. And I used it to fill in the hole, let it dry, and it dried strong and hard. And then I was able to gently sand it and paint it, and it looks perfect. You can't see where I even touched it. After the patching, I had to strip the gray paint off the tile around the shower. You apply the stripper, wait an hour, then scrape it off. You have to do this several times. However, at the end, the last of what's on there comes off really easily with this clean strip. It's called Paint Stripper After Wash. You apply this with a steel wool, and it makes it so much easier to just get the last little specks and things that the stripper didn't take off. Once I was done with the patching and the stripping, I could finally start to paint, and this is when the room really began to come alive. I used the Super Paint from Sherwin-Williams, which is the rebrand of their Harmony line that has no VOCs, and I can attest this is a small room, and I didn't smell a thing. You can't smell anything coming from this paint. The color is called Maison Blanche. It's a warm, creamy neutral with a pale yellow undertone. The room is already feeling brighter, fresher, and uplifting. I'm going to stop it now. I thought that I could put all this together in one video, but when I was scrubbing out the bathtub, which you'll hear about in part 2, I moved in a weird way and I hurt my hip. And so it's really hard for me to walk right now. I'm in a lot of pain, or not a lot of pain, but you know, just the pain that comes with doing stuff that we do when we get older. Anyway, so because of that, I'm not going to be able to do the few things that I still need to do to decorate, to put the jewelry on, to really turn this bathroom into something that's functional and that looks really pretty too. As a little bit of a sneak peek, I'm going to show you where I put this beautiful piece that I got from a salvage hardware store that salvages vintage hardware. And this is just where you hang towels or clothes or whatever you want to hang. So I'm going to incorporate this in there, and I'll show you where I put it, along with a few other pretty pieces like that. So come back next week for more. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. I look forward to seeing you again. I look forward to reading your comments to hear what you thought about what I've done so far. Have you challenged yourself? Have you pushed yourself to do something you didn't think that you could do recently? If so, let me know how that went. And I will see you next week. And until I see you in that video, I'm going to wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye.